Eva, and the grand opening is 2 days away. In feverish preparation, Mama Eva and her 3 sisters become the enemy of all rest. There has been the clattering of clay dishes, the destruction of garlic, shallots, and pepper grains with mortars and pestles, the pounding of cassava, the rise and fall of the women's frantic voices. But then, always comes the good thing. The music they play. The fiery blare of the horns, the contrary percussion. Whenever Bonnie needs to let more in, to get closer to the sound, there is a loose floorboard she can shift in the middle of her large, empty attic that will send it through. It is Cuban music, but the singers don't sing in Spanish. They sing in Wolof, Bambara, Pul, Kikongo. She once read that the founders of the genre were Afro-Cubans, whose records first came out on Victrolas some 40 years before. Records recorded in brothels and steaming kitchens, harmonies perfected on the wet earth between shacks. Records the recorded never saw a penny from. The Second World War helped carry those same albums to the Congo, where the people made the sound their own, a first stop before it then made its way across the continent. Bonnie's favorite record is also Mama's favorite. It has been played so often that there is a scratch right before the second chorus. Bonnie chuckles when, just like the day before, the record skips and the women lose their place in the backup vocals, their cacophony briefly quieting down to a disappointed silence. Some of us are helpless before melodies. Our great plans for our lives escalated or abandoned with the singer's choice to wail or wait. This is Bonnie's nature. Her mother's too. Growing up in Paris with Claudine, a Black American who'd come to dance with an Allied ballet troupe during the Second World War, Bonnie's family of 2 had no traditions, no holidays, few visitors. She knew nothing of the place in the world she and her mother came from. And as a child, she believed that they had come from sound. The spines of albums stuck out from the cabinets where food should have been. Some albums lived in the bathtub, so they took to taking showers. She addressed her diary entries to Ella Fitzgerald and Johnny Hartman, swearing them to secrecy in each. Please do not tell my mother that I am keeping the gutter cat in the closet. Do not tell her that I made friends with the girl downstairs. Do not tell my mother that my new friend brings me boiled eggs when she forgets to make me dinner. Her childhood was marked by hunger. Dinner could be stewed leeks and chicken thighs, or the gray dust on the cabinetry when her mother disappeared for days at a time. Twice it was the tulips on the windowsill, first the petals, then the leaves, then the stems. Often famished, Bonnie slept and woke throughout the day, never truly leaving either state. So sleep and wakefulness were her first toys. The balls she juggled, the paint she mixed, as she explored the limits of consciousness. At 6, she dreamed of levitation and learned how to change the course of her nightmares by breathing through her nose, inhale, and hold. A fading dream reignited by tightening her fists, and by 7, she could bring Sarah Vaughan from a dream and onto the Paris apartment floor to sing beside her. The pensive singer smelled like Rhodes, humming gently until Bonnie's inevitable exhalation made her disappear. Her memories of childhood are like this: wispy mixes of dreams and reality, of days alone turning into weeks. His absence has brought those days to mind again. The night before Mansour set off for Spain, she had whispered her fondest memory of levitation into his ear. Her and her mother slow dancing to Nat Cole, just a few inches above ground. He had lifted her up, and they danced in the silence. 2. Bonnie does not usually eat with Mama and her sisters. She had retreated after suffering through the questions.